Hi, and welcome to 30 Minutes Exploring Coaching, a channel where world-class leaders and world-class coaches gather to share information and insight for the benefits of all. Today, I have with me here someone special, Christina, right? All the way from Gold Coast, Australia, right? And she's a person that can speak more than 5 languages. I'll leave it to her to share with you why she can speak so many languages. And coming from, she's an assistant director of a childcare center. And what from a childcare center to being a coach? This is something very interesting. I would like to find out also. Welcome to our show, Christina. Right?
Thank you, Remy. Thanks for having me. I'm super glad to be here. And yes, so the reason why I speak 5 languages is because I'm born in Russia and I grew up in France. So these two are my mother tongue. And I also learned at school the Italian, Spanish, but also English languages. So I can definitely go around the world and chat to everyone, which is great. And I've been... Oh, tell me.
No. What makes you choose of all so many beautiful places in the world is you're in Gold Coast now?
Yes, I used to travel a lot to Gold Coast from Sydney during summer for holidays. And I just fell in love with the vibe and the atmosphere of the Gold Coast, the ocean, the bay, and all the entertainment that was around it, and especially the suburbs. I found it very relaxing compared to big cities. That's why I chose it.
It must be a person who loves the sun so much.
Yes, I do. Even coming from a cold country, I still love the sun.
Definitely. Right? People usually from a cold country will say, Remy, I love the sun. That's why.
Yes.
Well, totally. Can you please share with our beautiful audience here today, coming from a place that you're saying you're an assistant director and from a childcare center, right? What brings you to this wonderful world of coaching?
Oh my goodness, so many things. I have visualized an interview between one of my coach, the lady who became my coach later on, and a friend of mine. And I find out that the topic I was more interested in at the moment, which was 2 years ago, was the finances and the money. So I definitely embraced that moment. And I thought, well, why not? I want to know more about this. And when I reached out to her, since all of the coaching, so she has coached me through the whole year last year, and even now, I just fell in love with the transformation that I had created for myself, but also the mindset and how we can easily switch. Not easily, but simply just make the switch and being transformed, live the life we actually want to create and not feeling trapped in a life that we don't want to. So I got attracted by the solutions and this opportunity, and I wanted to help myself as well others that way.
So coming from a place that you deal with children a lot day in and day out, and how do you find, now that you are a coach, how do you find this coaching work can help in terms of what you are doing at this moment?
It helps a lot. At the time when I was just a leader in the childcare center, I was dealing with a lot of stress and frustration, because obviously having 20 to 25 kids in one day in the same room with other educators around is very, we need to be very reactive because there's supervision on the side, and we cannot allow ourselves to just relax and lean back at this time. So it's very important to have a focus on all the time. And I find that with experiences that others are dealing with the same thing, and it creates anxiety, it creates tiredness, mentally being tired as well, and physically. And I thought, why not finding a solution that actually support those educators during their journey, because being around the children is a great and a gift and a blessing. But at the same time, we need to learn how to refocus on ourselves and being able to recharge ourselves to be able to serve them again and give them the right treatment. Yeah, so I find it very important for myself.
That's interesting. But in this industry for some time, do you find that children many, many years back as compared to children now, do you find that their anxiety levels has changes somehow increased, or does it get better nowadays? That means children are more calm, or you find that they are more towards the anxious part in terms of the challenges that as a child face nowadays? What say you, Christina?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And I find that compared to my generation until today, there is a big, massive difference. And I find that nowadays, children are left mostly alone dealing with their own emotions and left out without any solution giving to them on how to move on, how to overcome those emotions, which is very important because on the long term, it can impact their lifestyle, their life, but also people they attract around them, people, the work that they're choosing to do, and the love life, but also their finances, their hobbies, etc. So we have now children who are going to lean on to, in a short future, to their teenagers time frame. And as we know, teenager time frame is very sensitive period, but it's also very important because that's where we also absorb all the traumas, where we create all those hurtful moments and situation. We absorb all the negativity, and we lose very quickly and very easily our self-esteem, our confidence. We feel bullied, mistreated, and that's where those children need the most support. It's easy then to switch to drugs, feeling suicidal, feeling hysterical, depressed. And I find it very important, instead of helping people to heal, why don't we just preempt those teenagers to work towards their goal, towards the life that they want, to give them that, look, it's not over. There is an option, there is a solution that can still save you and help you from all those darkness that is out there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, being a coach myself, Christina, I have come across clients whereby they say, hey, I have a very problematic teenage son or daughter. Right? Then they say, Remy, I think my son or my daughter needs a lot of coaching. Then they just push the whole thing to a coach or even to a teacher, or especially like a daycare center. Say, hey, please do something about this child. He's very problematic and he's getting out of control, very rebellious, and all that. Now, what say you when it comes to this? Does a parent plays a very, very important role in shaping a teenage child's personalities?
Totally. That's totally correct.
Yeah.
Parents play a big role, and that's why parents need to feel and be supported as well at the same time. So in that situation, we will be working together with the parents individually, but also with a child, himself or herself, if they want to. It is out of our control as a coach and for anyone else to force a teenager or child or parent to be coached if they don't want to, because the result won't come and it will feel even worse. So the decision needs to come to them, but they could be a creation like of an open up. This is what the solution can bring you, and this is what's on offer to you. That's an open door. Feel free when you're ready just to access to it and know that it's a safe place. I believe that teenagers should be introduced to that and just give it as a choice for them to to know that there is someone apart the parents that can help and that can have a neutral point of view, but especially support them in their journey in terms of taking their decision, make a wise decisions, but what also like connecting with them and also understanding them. So make them understand that there's someone out there that can understand them and help them. And for the parent side of it will be to re-guide in their practices as a parent. Unfortunately, we don't have, as a parent, a manual that tells us, this is what I need to do for my child, this is what I need to do for my daughter, for my son. It doesn't work that way. But those parents are mostly duplicating behaviors they have learned from their own parents. And they probably haven't been told until now what are the best practices that can lead to positive outcome. And that's where parents need that help and support and show them that there is that option, there is a light, and it's not always that hard to be a parent. Oh my gosh, I saw so many on social media, especially
Yes.
parents complaining that their child, their daughter, their toddlers, preschoolers, they all complain during the school holidays when, oh my gosh, it's such a hard moment to take care of them. I'm just so exhausted. I want them to go back to school because I'm tired. But it should not be that way. It should be so simple, and it should be a moment to embrace to be a parent. It should be different and positive and bright. Of course, they do mistakes, but apologies. Who allow those children to make those mistakes?
Yes.
I believe it's great to bring that awareness up. Yeah, out there.
So like there's a two side of coin during the school holiday. To the kids, they say, "Oh yes, school holiday." To the parents, say, "Oh my God, it's school holiday."
Yes.
Same holiday, but it's a two different thing for two different people, right? So
Totally.
I believe again you brought a very good point. Like by right, school holiday, it's a time where for parents to make up all those lost time that they are supposed to spend with their child, to nurture the relationships and all that. But unfortunately, nowadays, parents go for the quick fix, the guilty conscious kind of thing, instead of spending more quality times, like perhaps can be over a book or spending quality conversations. They go say, "Hey, let me buy you the latest gadgets. I get you the latest iPad, the iPhones, Then after that, boom, that's it. The relationship remains as it is, because the one that's going to build better relationship is between the kids and the gadget, not the kids and the parents, right? So
That's right.
how is there any other ways that, I mean, through your coaching experiences, that you would like to share with parents out there? What are the types of quality activities that parents and child could do in our modern days, by removing out things like gadget, for example? Yeah, maybe you can share.
Yeah, totally. I can share that with you. That's the secret tips. I would call them that way.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and look, they're very simple. Honestly, it doesn't require to make it too complicated. Children love just to have, a pencil in their hand and a paper. Obviously, they're gonna scribble on it, but it's their time. See it like the way we express ourselves. People are writing down when they need to remember something, or they just tap it on their phone or computer. Scribbling is the way for children to express themselves.
Oh,
simple. And so that's why you can also slowly backtrack and track actually what's going on in their head, what's going on at this time, etc., etc. They love young age, they love sensory, they love exploring because they have these eyes of wonder. Oh my gosh, I'm in a world that I'm not familiar with. What's this smell? What's how does it feel like? And that's why they're gonna go and touch everything. But just think smart. What about I just, as a parent, I would just remove all my chemicals, all my makeup and everything else that I don't want my child to touch. I would lock it in some way. And then I would just get access to them and teach them and just guide them through, okay, this is, for example, your drawer, your resources, and through repetition, you also teach them on where is my things that I can touch and what I cannot touch. Very important as well. The positive language with children is the best practice for them. Because as we talk about the mindset and our brain, if I tell you, Remy, do not think about a pink elephant, what is it the first thing you're going to think of?
A big pink elephant.
Exactly. And I'm glad you say that.
Yes.
Same with the children. As soon as you know that secret recipe, a child doesn't comprehend, then if you cannot expect from an adult, do not think negative in your brain. You cannot expect from a child, do not think negative. So if you tell your child, don't touch this, don't do this, oh, don't run, no, this is not okay. The child needs to be guided on a positive manner. So if you guide quietly, hey, what about we do this instead? What about we touch this because it's safe to use? It could be Play-Doh. It's very easy to make. It could be just, few sample flowers that you allow your child to touch, but also to smell. Or it could be some fruits, at meals time that you allow them to explore. Just get maybe a box ready, prepared for them on what they can access to and just explore this world. Because through repetition, like adult as well, we need those repetition moments to learn and then to grow, but also to comprehend better our world. And it takes patience, yes. But if you want to make your life easier, it requires a bit of effort at the beginning, like for everything you take on board, like any business, any project, do a bit of effort at the beginning, because then on the long term, it's going to be easier.
Wow, that's interesting. Playing with flowers, fruits. Wow, I almost forgot that we have that kind of thing to play with.
Yeah.
Nowadays, to parents, playing means playing with our iPads or TV screens and all that, right? And then whenever the kids scribble, they say, "Hey, don't dirty the floor, don't dirty this, don't dirty that." So how are kids supposed to get creative when they are being stopped at their creative moments?
Exactly. And what we don't realize, and that's very important, what you're pointing out to, is by doing this more often, we're actually limiting our own self-potential through the words that we are hearing. So don't think that the child doesn't hear you, because on the long term, they're actually going to limit themselves even more and more, and it's going to narrow them to a very negative pathway. When they actually could express themselves, design, grow, and have that creativity pathway exploding, but on a good manners. Yeah, on the good way.
Very interesting. What about, okay, like I mentioned just now, if a kid would take a crayon and all that and scribble on the wall, for example, right? We know that, hey, this is something that I can't tolerate, maybe as a parent. So you, as a coach, you see that, well, this child is doing something that he or she is not supposed to do. How can you approach this child in a positive way so that it won't have any negative impact on his or her creativity side? How can you tell it to her in positive way?
Beautiful question asked. Love that. So our first reaction will be to get, oh my gosh, not my walls. I just repainted them a week ago and no. Okay. Take a deep breath in. approaching a child on a very soft voice, I'm not saying whispering, but on a very calm voice, has more impact than on yelling at a child straight away. And just by being a bit more firm makes the difference for them, like, oops, this is quite serious. Then, oh, yay, this is beautiful. So you can see the difference. Listen to me. I look at this. What is up there? Do you see how my tone of voice quite changed and is quite sharp? So approaching the child very calm but firm and saying, what about we take a paper or something else, like another my support material where we can draw. So re-guide the child straight away, but before they are re-guided to something else where they can continue their creation, they need to learn the consequences of what they've done. So I will encourage the child, this is where we can do the drawing and this is where we cannot do, because obviously it damages the wall and then, the landlord or, the owner won't be happy. But come and help me to clean this up, because this is not the right spot, to do the painting or the drawing. And by teaching them, taking care, learning the consequences will help them to take care of their own material as well and on their own environment respectfully. And knowing that they are re-guided to the positive side of it, they are not stopped in what they are doing, so they don't have the understanding that what they are doing is wrong, but the support material where they've done it, this is not okay to do it. That's the little nuance.
Wow, excellent. That means the message is still being passed without creating any trauma in that child.
Exactly.
Or making mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, it's through mistakes that a person grow, right? But unfortunately, right. the way I was being brought up, the moment I make one mistake, say, hey, maybe second mistake, you better stop. Third mistake, that's it. It's like a World War III happening.
Yes.
So that's why a person will stop being creative and stop making mistakes. That's where the growth also stops. Right?
That's right.
Interesting. Okay. Which brings me to a lot of parents seems to face this, what do you call that? Low self-esteem issue with children, right? Especially between the age 6 onwards to maybe 9 or 10. You can see there are only selected few that keep on going up the stage, performing, singing, storytelling, but just the 5%, the most 10%, same boy, same girl, same boy, same girl. What about the rest of the 80% or maybe 90% of them? How come they are not to say that they are not being given a chance, but a lot of them refuse to go up on stage, right? And the main issue is not because the school system or the teachers and all that, no, it's self-esteem. How, as a coach for maybe coaching the parent side or coaching the children side, how can a coach help when it comes to this self-esteem so that the child has a very good foundation as the child grows? Public speaking, public presentation will become part of their life. How? Yeah.
Amazing question. I love the questions you ask. Well, it takes a bit of effort, but not so much. I would say the aim and the most important thing will be to celebrate the child in their own and each achievements. If we're missing out on celebrating the achievement of the child then doesn't know where he can improve or what is he doing already very well, and it would not support his or her growth. In that sense, that will help the self-esteem already to develop a bit more and on his own journey, in childhood journey. So celebration is very important. And it can be made through different way. You know, it could be clapping hands when you're little, or like you just putting the hands in the air and say, yay, well done, you made it. Rewards, you know, some children have a love language of, you know, just giving a hug or giving a gift, you know, for example, when achieving at school or college, high school, it's always good to feel rewarded somehow and to know that you're on this track on doing something positive and great for yourself, but also for others. But confidence is a journey. So we are all on this path, and it's always good to have this word, positive word in on a daily basis. I do believe that bullying is a very, very big thing on reducing the self-esteem of everyone, especially at college, high school, uni. That's why teenagers are in very sensitive period of time, and it's where they need the most support from parents, but also from people who loves them, who encourage them, and who wants them to grow on the right path. But simply the education, you know, just to discuss with children, you know, teach them at an early age about affirmation. What does it cost you? It's simply like, I love myself. Just give yourself a hug. That's what I used to do from the beginning in the childcare center. We used to have a little group time, and I would just say some words and they would just repeat. But then it goes to Magdala, it goes to your brain. And at an early age, you do, like you're learning a language, they will learn too, very good habit. And so stronger they will grow, and stronger they will know what to do even for themselves when they are away from the parents. So that's good to make them, help them to become independent on that side as a person and create their own identity from the beginning. That's very important.
Love, right? That is very, very important at the foundation years too. Funny though, because normally when we go for self-improvement thing at the age of maybe 20 plus, 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus, then only we talk about, hey, first step is to love yourself. Go back to day one, you know. But like you say, you brought a very good point. Why not do it at the tertiary levels, or even secondary levels, or college level before they enter the workforce, so that a person can have good self-esteem and know what is self-love is all about.
That's right.
It's a simple word, but many seems to put it aside. You know, putting others first, me last.
That's right. That's what the society teaches you.
Yes.
Which it should not be that way.
Yes.
And yeah, it should be incorporated in the schools about how to set the right mindset for themselves at the young age, definitely.
And just now you brought up one big issue, the bullying part, even though in college or in universities. Now, this bullying part has prevented and a lot of people being stagnant from moving towards who they are capable of becoming, because fear of being bullied, of course, the fear of being shamed, being judged, all these underlying things that so-called taboo, that not, you know, it's not normal to talk about it. People will laugh at me. So I'm sure you have come across children, so-called victims of divorce or separated parents. They are being in the middle of the tug of war. Now, I can understand that, you know, because many of them will be felt so lonely in their world, because they neither speak to the left or to the right, because both of them are at war. So the only place to be is to be quiet and to be remain themselves, and then can be a very pretty lonely and dangerous journey for a child. What say you before we wrap these sessions for children that in these situations? What say you?
Oh, they will need a lot of support and encouragement. I would definitely encourage parents to become aware of what they want the best for themselves, but also for the child when they're going to grow up. It's important to have this awareness at the beginning and have a support, like external support as a coach, and people around them to be able to guide them on the right path, on the right journey. Because what they learn at school, it's not what's really happening outside. It's what they're going to create around them, for them, but not on the positive way. So I understand and I believe that all parents want the best for their child. They want success for them. They want them to have, their own family, grow, have their own house. But if we don't give them the right tools, which we don't always have at schools and uni, college, high schools, it's always good to have that extra help from a coach who already learned all this mindset and been through it and has had the experience about it, to have a right guide. Yeah, so I definitely encourage those parents to take the step, and for children just to be guided towards these subjects, because it's very important even for yourself as a person, as a human being. Yeah.
Beautifully said. Well, Coach Christina, being mindful of the time of 30 minutes exploring coaching,
Yes.
it has been a wonderful sessions having these great discussions with you. Now, before we wrap up this session, if there's one key beautiful message that you would like to share with our beautiful audience out there, especially parents, what would be your message to them?
Parents, you are doing an amazing work, and sometimes you might not feel enough, or you think like you are doing too much, and we are simply here to help you. It doesn't require much for you to have the help that you actually need to feel better, feel more relaxed, have a best life balance in your life, and the best relationship with your children. So it only takes one step to reach out to your coaches, myself or Remy, and we'll send you the information about it to guide you more, to know where to reach out to us. And that's simple it. Yeah. So if you're taking the decision seriously and you want some changes and beautiful transformations, we are here for you.
Beautiful, beautiful. So thank you so much to all who are tuning in today. And if you feel that what we share about can resonate well and you would like to know more how Coach Christina or another me can help you as a parent in terms of your child's growth, child's personal development, bringing them or raising them to become an outstanding person, feel free to get in touch. Any one of us, Coach Christina, can be contacted at her emails or contact you can see on the screen below. So do I. So feel free to get in touch. Until then, in 30 minutes exploring coaching, thank you so much and bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks, Remy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.